Alright, hello YouTube. Today I want to be giving a review of Z Nation, last night's episode, Full Metal Zombie. And I'm going to give like a little short review and just an oversight and all that. And yes, it will contain spoilers if you haven't seen the episode. But I will say this before I get started. It was the best so far Z Nation episode. It was so far the best from them. And it was really good. Alright, let's just go ahead and jump into it. Wow, Z Nation episode 4 Nation, Full Metal Zombie, to me, just separated itself from The Walking Dead really far. I mean, I know I said many times don't compare the shows, and I'm sorry for doing so, but I know I was noticing the first episode of Z Nation there was a lot of Walking Dead references, and each episode they move away from it. And Full Metal Zombie, I saw absolutely no Walking Dead references and nothing, and it was really good. I mean, even in this episode Full Metal Zombie, I actually grew close to a couple of characters like Doc and 10K. We find out more about them, and I actually grew like and have feeling, you know, like actually grew, some of the characters actually grew on me, like Doc and 10K. And also Charles, the leader of them, actually grew on me, and it was like, alright, I really like these guys. And so did Murphy. Even Murphy, he grew on me. I mean, all these characters are really growing and everything. So I mean, it was a really dang good episode, and it was like, and it actually had some, you know, moments where it's like, hey, they never did this in The Walking Dead or any other zombie movie. So it's like they had their own little thing right there. So I mean, it was really good. I mean, we see them start out, you know, in Amish country. They're battling, you know, Amish zombies. I know that sounds silly, but it was silly, but it was actually pretty funny and actually good. And then we saw these zombies in the middle of the road, or Z's, where the hell you want to call them, you know, chained on blocks. But then we see, and hiding in the pack of them are actually bandits who disguise themselves as walkers, and you know, steals their trucks and all that. And which this is, and when I saw that, it was actually an original thing from Z Nation. I know in the new Walking Dead comic book we see you know, them just as, you know, zombie suits and all, or walker suits on them and everything, the new villains. But Z Nation was recorded, you know, before that. So I mean, it was just a coincidence that both of them came out at the same time. I mean, I really do think so, because this episode of Z Nation was filmed way before, you know, the new Walking Dead comic book came out. So I mean, this was the original thing from them, and nobody ripped off each other. It was just pure coincidence that they came out at the same time. But sorry, my phone was going off and everything. So yeah, I mean, it was really good episode. And then we see the most original thing ever, and that was the military there, in which the military guy was really just crazy. I mean, he was really insane. But you know, he was actually looking for because they were looking for a helicopter to fly and everything to get to California quickly, because you know, the truck and everything was stolen. But when we get there, we find out the military commander is actually batshit crazy. And he has, you know, gangrene in his leg and everything, and it was just, yeah, really awful look to see his wound. But then we get to the most original thing ever in Z Nation, the big ass huge zombie. I mean, it kind of reminded me of Nemesis from Resident Evil, but it was actually human, nothing mutated or nothing. And this guy actually took 2 shots to the head and actually kept on running after them. It was really fucked up. Which obviously is, you know, his head was really big, and you know, and Mac, you know, he shot him and everything, but it's, you know, it just didn't go all the way through his thick skull. And then Charles started hitting him with the hammer and everything, still didn't kill him. So what they do is they actually have to shove a grenade in him and throw him in an elevator shaft. Now that goes to the other thing. Doc was actually down in the elevator shaft when they threw him down there, because the general that was there, the crazy one, threw Doc down there. But And I actually thought Doc died, and that's when I was like, oh man, I can't believe Doc died. This guy was like one of my favorite characters on here and everything, because one of my actually favorite characters on here and everything. Like, I actually started have feelings for him and everything. Was like, oh damn man. But at the end of this episode, he survived though, and I was actually quite happy he survived. It was actually one of the first characters on here that I was actually surprised that they didn't die, and I was actually happy they didn't die. But the most fucked up thing about it was the family bandits. Alright, the same bandits that killed, didn't kill, but still the group's truck was getting robbed down the road by a family, and with two kids, and the mom and dad shot the bandits, then restole the group's truck. And then we later on seen the family, including children, were getting eaten by zombies. And, Charles was like, let's just get the fuck out of here. He was like, let's just get the fuck out of here. Let's not even deal with this shit right now. Let's get off this road. So, they get off the road, start looking for the military station and everything to get the helicopter, in which, obviously the general was batshit crazy. The helicopter didn't work. They run into the Nemesis-size zombie military man that took 2 shots to the head and still didn't die. Took a hammer to his thick skull, still didn't die. So it was pretty badass right there. So I'm really glad they're moving away from the old Walking Dead references and getting their own ideas. And like these the main characters, like I said, has really grown on me, and I really don't want them seen dead right now. Will definitely have to be Charles, 10K, Doc, and I'm gonna think Murphy and Citizen Z. Them other top characters I don't want to see die, because I thought Doc died and I was like, oh man, that dude was like, yeah, he looked like Herschel, but he was nothing like Herschel though. This guy, Doc, talked about smoking meth, and he even smoked a joint in an elevator. I was really fucked up of a zombie. Him and a zombie got fucking high in an elevator shaft. So, other than that, it was really good though. Yeah, there was some silly moments, but the show's actually grown on to me, and the characters are actually grown on to me. But the main ones I really want to see die, because, they are basically Walking Dead rip-off characters and also don't really, do much. Would definitely have to be Cassandra. She's not a Walking Dead rip-off character, but she's just there and she's kind of useless. And I also like to see Roberta, some say Michonne ripoff. I would definitely like to see her die too, because them two are just, Cassandra's not a ripoff, but is just useless, and Roberta, she's nothing but a Michonne ripoff in my opinion, and just not good for the show. But anyways, that's going to be all for right now. If you liked my video, please like and subscribe, because I'm going to keep on making more videos just for the fun of it. Alright, thank you, have a very nice day. So please like and subscribe. Alright, bye-bye.